Mansa Musa owned the world and was the richest man ever. The legendary king of the Mali Empire in West Africa during the 14th century, Mansa Musa stands as a witness to the luxury and magnificence that existed during that time. His rule was distinguished by an extraordinary amassing of wealth, which cemented his status as the wealthiest individual in the history of recorded human society. Musa's sovereignty over the enormous expanse of the Mali Empire, a powerhouse of trade and culture, enabled him to harness the riches of the Sahara and dominate the burgeoning trans-Saharan trade routes. Some of the names that come to mind when we think of the world's richest people include Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, Bill Gates, and Gautam Adani. Of course, these are based on current wealth estimates, which might change at any time. Mansa Musa, a 14th century West African king, amassed indescribable and incomprehensible wealth, making him the wealthiest individual in history. But how does one man rule the world? Could one person amass a fortune that surpassed all others? Explore the incredible story of Mansa Musa, whose wealth transcended time. How did he get rich? The secrets of his wealthy reign? Well, join us as we investigate the mysterious story of Mansa Musa, who redefined wealth and changed history. During his reign, the Mali Empire flourished as a center of commerce and culture. He was famous for his expensive voyage to Mecca, and along the way he was known for giving away a large amount of gold. As a result, the territories he traveled through experienced momentary economic upheaval as a result of his actions. Timbuktu, which was ruled by Musa at the time, developed into a thriving cultural and intellectual hub under his reign and attracted intellectuals from all over the world. His legacy will live on not just because of the vast sums of money he amassed, but also because of the contributions he made to the intellectual, cultural, and spiritual development of the Mali Empire. Their affluence, which was known for its vast fortune in gold, turned out to be a double-edged sword. Their enormous wealth, despite the fact that it was astounding, triggered a wave of inflation that spread across the kingdom's economy. The very gold that had delivered them unprecedented affluence stoked the embers of economic imbalance now that it was in their possession. Due to the fact that they were wasteful spenders, the problem was further made worse by their overbearing displays of wealth. This created a striking contrast between the wealthy individuals and the general population, which was having difficulty making ends meet. The stories told about their opulent banquets, which were decked out in golden ornaments and attended by the elite, provided a striking contrast to the struggles that the average person was forced to endure. Even though their legacy as gold moguls was preserved, it became intertwined with a cautionary tale about the perils of unbridled opulence and the repercussions that it brought about. He was a Muslim to the core, and in the year of 1324, he set off on a significant pilgrimage to Mecca, accompanied by a large group of people who shared a steadfast devotion. In order to reach the holy city, Jesus and his disciples undertook a perilous journey that took him across enormous landscapes and through a variety of cultural crossings. This journey was fraught with spiritual meaning. Their caravan, a dazzling spectacle of diversity and harmony, displayed the rich tapestry of cultures and faiths that merged in this spiritual pilgrimage in a way that was truly remarkable. He walked forward in a manner that exhibited devotion, humility, and a deep connection to his faith at every step. The entourage was made up of people who came from a variety of different walks of life, but they all had a common sense of purpose and were working toward the same objective, which was to achieve spiritual enlightenment. Their journey highlighted the ageless history of Mecca as a unifying force, pulling the faithful from all corners of the world to experience a profound sense of oneness and transcendence at the holiest site in Islam. He dedicated his life to the construction of mosques, the advancement of Islamic education, and the propagation of the profound message that his religion teaches. His unflinching dedication to these activities demonstrated the depth of his devotion and his conviction in the transformational power of faith. He worked hard with a determined mind to build places of worship that were architectural marvels and reflected the spiritual core of Islam. These places of worship still stand today. Because of his philanthropic contributions, Islamic education blossomed, resulting in the cultivation of generations of learned individuals who passed the torch of learning on to subsequent generations. It was clear that he was committed to disseminating the fundamental beliefs of faith through his contacts, as he connected with various cultures in an effort to promote unity and understanding. A shining example of the spread of religion, his legacy continues to have an impact, motivating others to continue the virtuous work he began, promoting peace and enlightenment through the practice of Islamic principles. As a direct result of the unexpected passing of Rose's father, she was catapulted into the middle of a turbulent political environment. She negotiated the perilous waters of power with unflinching tenacity, and she orchestrated a coup that left even her opponents in awe of her accomplishments. In spite of the enormous obstacles she had to overcome, Rose's natural talent for diplomacy and her keen strategic sense proved to be her greatest strengths. Rose, in her new role as a leader, was able to skillfully reconcile her sadness with the duties of leadership. As a result, she was able to promptly put an end to eternal dissent and strengthen her position. Her capacity for astute decision-making and her talent for forging partnerships were critical factors in the successful stabilization of the nation. She approached the difficult task of reviving a shattered economy and repairing societal divisions with grace and perseverance. During the time that Rose was in charge of the company, she showed an extraordinary ability to turn challenges into opportunities. Her legacy will live on as that of a visionary leader and adept diplomat, an enduring and motivational account of a rose that bloomed in spite of the most trying of conditions. The expanded empire flourished under the leadership of its ambitious kings, and its influence grew to encompass a wide variety of territories and cultural groups. A huge network of gold mines, which not only produced valuable metal but also gave the nation enormous economic might, was the source of the majority of its power. This abundance of riches served as the driving force behind the expansion of the empire, providing funding for huge construction projects and military operations. Beyond the empire's physical conquest, its emperors were skilled diplomats who deftly cultivated trade partnerships with nations in the far reaches of their empire. Traveling along well-trodden paths, caravans filled with exotic spices, valuable textiles, and one-of-a-kind relics helped consolidate the empire's position as an essential hub in the global trade network. This astute attitude to business increased the wealth of the imperial treasuries while also enriching the cultural tapestry that existed within the limits of the empire. The efficacy of economic diplomacy and strategic expansion may be seen in the way that the expanded empire has been able to maintain control over numerous gold mines and establish a complex network of trade ties. In spite of the fact that the Mali Empire eventually fell, its legacy of philanthropy, prominent presence, and skilled diplomatic skills continue to reverberate across the annals of history. The empire, which was once a thriving hub of trade and culture in West Africa, left an unmistakable impression not only on the region, but also on the world as a whole. The monarchs of Mali were renowned for their generosity, and they were known for their exceptional willingness to share their immense wealth, which contributed to the development of Mali's arts, education, and commercial sectors. The Mali Empire's impact could be felt at a significant distance beyond its borders. The diplomatic dexterity it possessed made it possible for it to maintain solid alliances and live in harmony with neighboring countries. The empire's importance was boosted as a result of its deft navigation of foreign affairs, which also made the sharing of ideas and resources much simpler. Despite the fact that the Mali Empire eventually fell victim to a number of different internal and foreign pressures, its long legacy as a beacon of cultural richness and diplomatic prowess continues to stand as a testament to the heights to which civilizations are capable of rising. That's all for this video. If you want to watch more videos like this one, then do check out our channel and make sure to hit that subscribe button so you won't miss out on any new updates.